She is her own happiness maker. Also, she does not live for herself. She is here for the assignment of others. But first, she's had to take care of herself. In this conversation of how to start a healthy routine that lasts, beginning with the why in mind, I sit down with an amazing lady. This lady has a passion for baking and for green spaces to beautify your balconies into a green heaven. That is for mental and emotional wellness. She is a wife and a mother. And above all, she is the executive assistant at the Holistic Health Hub. What an honor to host the amazing Mary. Sit down and share in this deep conversation. Welcome to the Hope Ignites Healing podcast with your host, Dr. Lillian Kalisa, a space where we speak everything holistic health and healing. This is a space for women especially who are seeking to find healing, that is, from a place of inner completeness, making small, simple, and yet tangible steps towards full health and therefore a lifestyle of healing. In this space, we believe in the 1948 definition of health, that health is a state of complete emotional, physical, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease and infirmity. And through my personal story and all the medical knowledge gathered through the years, this is now the mantra with which I live my life and teach others to do the same. Now let's redefine health together, shall we? Welcome to Season 4, The Rebirth. Hello, my community. Hello, my friend. Hello, my lovely, lovely listeners. What an honor to have you on here one more time. I don't take your presence for granted, and I really appreciate you taking a moment to join us as we inspire hope through health. On this episode, a continuation from the last one, we're talking about how to start a health routine that lasts. That is, beginning with your why. And like I promised, I said I would bring somebody who I feel embodies exactly what we were talking about. And I promise you, my audience, that I will always do that. When we have a topic, I have a handful of people that have lived the life that we're talking about here at the Hope Ignites Healing podcast. So in the last episode, we emphasized your why. That your why is your emotional anchor that sustains your new set routine. But today we want to deepen this conversation with this particular guest that I believe embodies the truth that we talked about last week or in the last episode. I'll share with you her profile. Just hold your breath. I'm sure you will love her. This is an amazing lady who is an exceptional baker with a passion for baking, basically beautifying anything that comes to her hands. And I believe that's part of the story she's going to tell us. She is a green space guru. She transforms balconies into great heavens. This lovely lady is a nurturer. She's a wife and mother. Believe it or not, for 10 years, she's been married to Mr. Kawuki. Together, they steward 3 amazing children. Now, for us at the Hope Ignites Healing podcast, we have the honor of calling this lady our executive assistant in the Holistic Health Hub. What a joy to share space with such people. The amazing lady has a passion for holistic living. In her journey of self-discovery, like she will share with us, she has made commitment to routines that arise from purpose and not pressure. My audience, are you here with me? Welcome, Miss Mary Nankinga Kawuki. Mary, welcome to the Hope Ignites Healing podcast.
Wow, thank you so much, Dr. Lillian. Thank you so much for the great introduction. I am so honored to be a part of the podcast, and I cannot wait for what we have in stock for our listeners. Thank you, Doctor.
Wow. Isn't she so graceful? So Mary, let's quickly get into the podcast already without wasting any other time. It's such a joy to have you here, and I'm sure we're going to have a lovely evening of teaching our listeners going practical. But before we even go any further, I'd like you to tell our listeners, who is Mary at the core of her deepest self, who is Mary?
Thank you again, Dr. Lillian. Mary is a hardworking woman, very enthusiastic. The fact that she has also embraced holistic living, it is the very thing that she wishes for everyone that she comes across. I have told so many stories about how beautiful it is to live holy. And, well, that is one of the latest things that I'm doing. But prior, Mary is very hardworking and always looks out for the best in everyone. So, again, ladies, we are yet to get into this in the depth of everything. And I cannot wait for what we are yet to share and encourage someone out there.
Wow, that is beautiful, Mary. Hardworking, enthusiastic, living whole. Sometimes Mary actually runs ahead of us at the A3 services because she has fully embraced what holistic living is. But everybody knows what Dr. Lillian's holistic living definition is. What is it to you, Mary, personally? What does holistic, healthy living mean in your world right now?
In my world right now, to live holistically is to be well. It is to be well spiritually, to be well mentally, to be well emotionally, and to be well physically, to be well socially. But then how do we get to being well physically and socially? You can only be able to be fine in these two areas if you're okay mentally and emotionally. These two sort of sync in each other. So for me to be able to be physically fine, I should be in position to be well spiritually. I should be in position to be well mentally. When these two or when the three items fall in place, it's very easy for me to take good care of my physical. Okay, because then I take care of my physical from a place of love, from a place of knowledge, from a place of desire to getting better. So for some reason, physical wellness and the aspect of being socially well fall in place the moment the other three aspects are good.
I love that. I like how you said intertwining the three, there is love. Then you talked about knowledge, you talked about desire. These are words of deep emotions. No wonder you said emotional and mental grounding do it for you, for everything else to be well. And you know what, Mary, from what we've learned sharing a lot of space together, spirituality, deep spirituality is deeply rooted in our emotional and mental wellness, isn't it?
Yes, very much so.
Yeah. Okay. Now, while you talk about emotional, I know that emotional wellness, even from the last podcast, is reaching those deep areas that only you can reach. And many of us don't get the opportunity to do that. I'd like you to share with our audience, Mary, when you think about living from the inside out, what comes to your mind? Is it something that you've done? Is it something you embrace? What do you feel that takes you into?
What comes to my mind a lot of times is that you cannot give what you don't have.
Wow.
You surely cannot give what you do not have.
Wow.
If your mental, if your emotions are full of love, if they are full of kindness, that is what you're going to give. But how do you get to that place? It takes a bit of work. It takes regular work. It takes one being consistent with having to work on themselves. So that is why there is a saying that goes that hurt people hurt others. So we can only change, but we can change that. Loving people, love others.
Wow.
Forgiving people, forgive others. So that is what comes to my mind a lot of times is based on the fact that you cannot give what you don't have.
Wow, that made me sigh over and over again. Hurt people, hurt others. That means loving people, love others. Forgiving people, forgive others. I feel like the podcast could end now. Thank you so much for sharing in simple terms what it means to live from the inside out. Ladies, if you're listening, or gentlemen, if you're here, we talk about living from the inside out, and that is true authenticity. Most of the time, we are living from the other way around. Mary is showing us the truth is you will not give what you don't have. Whatever we see on the outside, everything around us is a result of what is living from the inside. So it's time to check what's on the inside, ladies and gentlemen. As we go on, we're digging deeper into the why, Mary. The why behind each and everything that you do. I know, and I've heard you talking about this quite a lot of times as we've gone through so much supporting women together. What was your personal turning point, if it's okay to share, the moment that you realized something in your life or in your health needed to change so as to make a deep why for you?
Thank you, Doctor, for that question. There is actually a number of turning points, if I could put it that way.
Go ahead, yeah.
Well, one of the turning points, or one of the things that made me realize that I needed to change something, was the fact that I would be grumpy. I would come from a place of being ungrateful, and then I would regret about so many decisions that I have made in my life. So you can imagine the kind of person that I was, not forgetting that oftenly I would get headaches. Okay, so little did I know that my health was getting affected in one way or the other. So yes, those are some of the things that made me realize that I needed to change something in my way of living.
Wow. And what is your why, Mary? Why do you choose holistic healthy living or holistic healthy routines?
Well, my strong why is to be emotionally well and to be mentally well. I am so passionate about being mentally, emotionally, and spiritually well. Those are aspects of my life that I cannot joke around with. Yeah. So because the fact that I have realized the secret in being fine emotionally well, I have benefited, and I have believed that the people around me can benefit more. Okay. So guess what? The moment you're fine, I don't think you can treat your neighbor in an ill manner. You will not treat your child in a certain way. By certain way, I would mean barking at them, not listening to them. It could even be your spouse. You could even look at them a certain way, okay? So the moment a lady or a gentleman does work on themselves mentally and emotionally, trust me, you will get to enjoy life that you did not know about. And for some reason, it spreads to your neighbors. It will spread to whoever you live with. It could be at your workplace. People get to enjoy the benefits. So yes, my strong why is to ensure that I am emotionally, mentally, and spiritually well every single day, which takes work, which takes consistency, and obviously so much more that you cannot despise. Yeah.
Wow. I appreciate you for saying that. Actually, many times, Mary, I've heard you saying that you go and work out. By the way, ladies, Mary is not, she's the right BMI, if I may say. She looks like she doesn't need to work out, but Mary does, and she'll tell us more about that. But this is what I'm getting into. Whenever you ask her what keeps you going to hit the gym, hit the pool, on whatever she does, she always says, I do it for my heart and for my mind. So true to it, like she says, emotionally and mentally, it's always for her heart and for her mind, right, Mary?
Very right.
So that That was really spot on. Okay, as we go on, I'm really loving this. Many people start routines out of guilt or comparison. Tell us about your health routine, Mary, and what are those things that enable you to reach that why of emotional, mental, and spiritual? What are in those health routines that you do?
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Doctor, once again. Along the way, I realized that health starts with the mind. Please note, health starts with the mind. That is what I realized. You will only be fine if your mind is okay. And so if the mind is okay, it means all else is good. And so here are some of the things that enable me to be well mentally. And I have done my best to be consistent. Allow me to say that there have been moments when, one or two moments, but when I realized that, wait a minute, I need to get back to that place, I quickly get up. So here are some of the things that I do on a regular, okay?
Yes,
one of
please.
those, I spend some moments with my superior, who is God. Okay, that is a no-go area. I do not compromise with that. I will spend as much time as I can with God. And then I brain dump oftenly. I list items that I'm grateful to God for, A lot of times we tend to have to look at situations, or maybe we are going through a challenge, and then in that challenge we don't get to realize some things to be grateful for. For example, if you discover that your child is sick or they haven't performed well in class, there must be something somewhere that you need to be grateful for, okay? So oftenly we should just, or personally, I always ensure that in everything, in every step of the way, I see something good in that situation. The other thing that I do is I exercise oftenly. I do my best. And these are some of the things that I do. I skip the rope. On a good day, I will do 200 skips. But on a day when it feels like I don't have enough time, I'll do 100 skips. And guess what? That takes you for about 5 to 7 minutes, or even less. Okay?
Yeah.
And then usually when I haven't skipped, I will jog around the house, or I will jog on a stretch. To where we stay, there is a bit of a stretch. So I'll jog. I tend to use what I have in my means. And on a good day, when I feel like I should actually hit the gym and maybe have 2 hours to myself, I will go to the gym. There are moments I have gone to the gym so that I can do a bit of strength training. And then I will do dance class on some other day. So I tend to do things that, depending on how I feel in the moment, provided I'm consistently doing what I should do and something that would make my body feel good. Yeah, so, and then not forgetting affirming myself. My God, I have learned the beauty in affirming myself. I would never wait for anyone to tell me you are beautiful, or you got a good body, or you're confident. Or no, I tell that to myself. Every single day, I'll tell myself, Mary, you're a go-getter, and so you're going to achieve this. Mary, you are so hardworking. Mary, you are beautiful. Mary, you are very intelligent. So I keep affirming myself on a daily, and by affirming myself, it has enabled me to feel confident, and and so many other beautiful things. So yes, I think the list was so long, but please note, I try to do as much as I can every single day for the things that I have listed. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that list it sounds like it could still keep going. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Mary. When you were sharing, you said that it's so clear that your health starts in the mind, and you were vulnerable enough to say that there are moments that this fails, and genuinely there will be moments when this would fail, but you've been able to say that as much as possible you keep consistently with certain non-negotiable. No wonder you're here with us right now on the Hope Ignites Healing podcast. I'm sure if it wasn't for those little things you're doing when no one is watching, maybe Dr. Lillian wouldn't have caught an eye to say, you know what, Mary, you have something to teach the ladies. So with that question, when those moments come and motivation fades, as it always does, there's a lady here who is struggling to keep her routine going. What is that thing that takes you back to your why, Mary? What is that thing that takes you back to, you know what, I am going to do this, and this is the minimum basis that I can do?
What always takes me back to that place is I believe in happiness. And I am my own happiness maker. So the fact that your body is used to a certain routine, it will surely speak so loud. Mary, you haven't worked out, what's going on? Or you haven't written down something. Your mind will feel a certain way. So your body alone, or my body alone, has pushed me into going back to that space and doing what I am expected to do. Then secondly, I don't live for me. There is people around me. There is my small household. There is the community. Or wherever I go, someone will want to pick a piece of energy from me. So I ensure that, number one, my body speaks and I will listen. Number two, someone is looking up to me, say for a word of encouragement, or maybe they will want to go through the day fine. So those are some of the things that will push me back to that place that I had neglected.
That when you were sharing, that reminds me of I'm sure you know this statement where we've learned that self-care is you giving the world the best of, true self-care is you giving the world the best of you instead of what is left of you. You have clearly said that you're not living for you. There is an assignment on others, the little ones you've shared that you're stewarding, the people God has called you to serve. So in other words, what Mary is saying is we do not have a chance to think that it's about us. You have to take care of yourself so that the world can receive the best version of you. How many of us get to actually acknowledge, you know what, before I go out to serve, before I go out to be an executive assistant in H3 services, or before I go out to be a doctor or a lawyer or an IT guru or whatever place God has called you to serve, you have to be fine. You have to take care of yourself. And that enables you to go back to the foundation. Why do I have to take care of myself? Mary, that has come out very well. Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome, Doctor.
It's a very interesting conversation, and there's a lot to learn. I'm literally taking all the notes in things. It feels like I'm hearing these things for the first time. When days become overwhelming, still about that part, are there some minimum basics? I think you mentioned a little bit of them. How do you take a minimum basic for a routine, for a health routine, so that you do not completely skip it? Are there days like those for you?
Oh, yes. Very many. Plenty of those. Plenty of those. But I must say that there is 3 things that I will not stop doing, especially in moments of overwhelm. One of those is brain dumping. One would ask themselves what brain dumping means. Now, to me, brain dumping is when I'll pick my book, because I have a book where I write whatever comes to my mind, or where I will list whatever there is in my mind. I simply jot down, okay? And then out of those, I will write what I would like to achieve in a particular day. So writing is one of those things that enable me to beat the overwhelm. The other one, people. I have ropes in my house. at least I will skip. At least I will skip the rope. So that is the other one thing. The other one thing I have, my tongue tells me you can achieve it despite what that day is like. You're going to do it. So that is the one line that I keep telling myself, you are going to achieve it. Okay, so it is basically those three things that I do. Well, let's not forget taking a cold shower. So that too helps in that helps me a great deal. The cold shower helps my mind. I don't know what it does to the mind. Of course, I'm not a scientist, but there is just something about a cold shower. So yes.
Yeah, no, there's definitely science under it. There's definitely science that happens when you have a cold shower. There's something that's happening with your circulation. There's something that's happening with activating brown fat, the one that keeps us lean. There is mental. The benefits are overwhelming. When I learned the benefits of having a cold shower, I do it just because of the science that I learned. Yeah, so Mary, you are right on. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not a punishment. Go have that cold shower for a week, every day in the morning for a week, and then take note of how your mind feels after that shower. You know what, Mary? Even people that are sporty, like swimmers or sportsmen or runners or football players, their recovery is in a cold, like frozen cold tub. They soak in there for just a few seconds and come out. You ask yourself, why do they do that? There's something in the body that is stimulating circulation, recovery, muscle, removing lactic acid from the muscles. To mention but a few, I could go on with a whole podcast just explaining. So thank you for bringing that to light so that we can share with our audience.
You're welcome, Doctor.
So we're getting there, almost there. The discussion, Mary, we'll have to bring you back again. I am so sure that we've not had enough of this. There is so much wealth from where you are. At the beginning, we mentioned that you beautify cakes and you beautify spaces. I know for a fact that this comes from your value for mental well-being. Tell us about your business, Mary, how it relates to you living a whole life and health. What does baking a cake meanwhile is sweets, right? What does baking a cake, what does taking care of greenery have to do with your mind and holistic living?
Wow, Doctor, you're bringing me to my passions.
I know. So, the podcast might be only about this.
So in regard to the cake, if I could start with cake, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot do cake unless you're fine. Tell you what, the way a cake will taste and or show is a very big time indicator of how one is feeling on a particular day. And it's not a lie. Sometimes in the kitchen, when the mood is bad, when your spirit is low, well, from experience, the cakes end up bad. Either I will forget to add a certain ingredient, or maybe along the way, the texture might not come out right. There is just something about the mental well-being in vis-a-vis the cake. You are not going to give this piece of work your whole heart unless you're in the right space, lest you're bound to make mistakes. So, as I beautify my cakes, I'm busy thinking, oh wow, this person is going to have, they're going to enjoy the cake. At the sight of it, they will love it. You're even speaking into your work. I'm speaking into my work because I am fine. I'd be like, oh, Dr. Lillian is going to enjoy her fruit cake. So guess what? I put for her enough raisins. I put for her enough nuts. Oh my God, I cannot wait for her feedback. So it is actually, a cake is a non-living thing, but well, I don't know, once again, the science that there is with the mental bit vis-a-vis the cake. So yes, once again, the cake will only test and or show for how you have been feeling on a particular day, lest a lot of mistakes get to be made in the moment when the day ain't good. And now when we get on the other hand of green, I love beautifying spaces. Oh my God. Now, beautifying spaces is something I birthed out of being very fine. And that was after I had joined the Significant One program. I realized that I had that passion. It is something prior I would do it without touch. In fact, I would get jerry cans and pour in soil and I would put a plant and that would be it. I wouldn't put a certain touch to it. But along the way, I get to realize that, wait a minute, I could even grasp the really hard scientific names for plants. Well, I dropped my agriculture so many years ago. And so here we are with all the complicated names. So when it comes to beautifying the space, I wish I could show you a picture. It is something that I get absorbed into. And then I have to listen to a client. Also, the client wants a particular plant. And then I will read about it. And then I will give them the pros and cons of a particular plant. I will let them know if this can attract caterpillars, or this is good with mosquitoes, and so forth. So when it comes to the bit of green is something that I birthed out of being completely well. These are mind-consuming, it's mind-consuming work that you can also only do when you are absolutely fine. Okay? So yes, green, and remember, green has a touch of, how can I put it? The moment one experiences a green something, say on their balcony or in their house, there is a certain feel one gets. And that is what I desire for people to experience. Green is an absolutely beautiful thing to obtain. For as long as you're living somewhere, at least a pot, at least let one pot have a leaf. There shall be some bit of volume being spoken there. So yes, about the green thing, that I birthed out of being completely well, and I was so sure, and I knew for sure that I am fine mentally, I am fine emotionally, and I'm very fine spiritually. Yes.
Wow, Mary, that is, God, that is so exceptional. You're speaking with so much passion. And I know for a fact that this has been a journey for you to get to those green plants. You're just sharing. You remember at the beginning when you said, hurt people hurt people? That means loving people will love people, forgiving people will forgive people, well people will give wealth or wellness to others. I feel that that's what you've given to plants. You're getting them to come alive, the life you're giving to a cake. And it goes back to the principles we've learned about decluttering, and the process of making things more beautiful is actually you cleaning your mind and healing your mind and going through that space. And I think that's what you're talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, she's made reference to the Significant One program. That's one of the programs that are run in the Holistic Health Hub, for which Mary has been a part. And in those programs, we always tell ladies, do the work, time will tell. Do the work, it won't be a lie. Mary is one of the people that embodied this work, and no wonder she's here to tell us what came out of it. Her story for greenery and love for beautifying spaces came from the work she has done. Remember, from the beginning, emotional, mental, spiritual. Now she's connecting with plants. What a beauty. As we close, Mary, can you imagine we have to close, but you will come back. I'd like you to share some thoughts that you want our listeners to hold on to as they begin their rebirth. You've had a rebirth, Mary. It's so clear as white is from black. What are some of the little things that you can give off to our listeners today?
There is a number of those. And to anyone that is listening to this podcast, it's not too late to be fine. It is not too late for you to get a hold of the power of happiness that you once had. Okay? So some of the things that you can embrace, or some of the things that I have done, and I believe if you practiced, you'll surely be fine, are as below. Some I have spoken about already, but it wouldn't hurt for me to say that again. Okay? Number one, let me share from experience very briefly. I wake up at 4 a.m. Thank you. I wake up at 4 a.m. Not every day, but a lot of times, so many days in the week, I wake up at 4 a.m. So by waking up at 4 a.m., it means I should be in bed early. I am in my bed between 9 and 10 p.m. Why? Because I want to arise before anyone in my house. As a woman, we've got our responsibilities. The responsibilities we have are too many to be true. Too many. Small things, but they are actually many and big. So because I wake up early, I get to spend some quiet time to listen from God, some time to pray, and or read the Bible. So I also decided to give each of these items, I demarcate time to each of them so that I can try to fit everything before anyone begins to call mommy, or before I get out of the house and someone is calling Mary, So some of the things that I do have been to spend some time before my maker. The number 2 thing that I do is to write down the things that I'm grateful to God for. There is a number of things to be grateful. The fact that you have even woken up and are able to breathe, that is the one thing that always comes first on that page. You're able to write, you're able to go to the toilet as and when. There is so many things to be grateful for. Okay. The other thing that I do is to list down how my day is going to run. I will list down for both my work and for home how I would like. Every day is different. Some days are busier than others. So I list down such that when my people or when my house manager is up and I'm not going to be home on a particular day, even when I'm going to be home on a particular day, I will take them through how I want my home to be run and when I would like a particular meal to be made. Yeah. So that is it about the writing. And then there is the aspect of journaling. Still, this is writing. Journaling comes from a place of loving on you. Please note, you're not going to find, maybe it's different for everyone, each one of us. For someone to call you every day to tell you how much they love you, but I would like to believe that it should start from you. So journaling comes from a place of you loving on you in the best way you know how. So when I am done with that journaling, I will skip my rope. I will skip the rope, especially on the day that I know I am not going to hit the gym, or if I am not going to go jogging, or if I'm not going to have a swim. Okay, so then when I do when the exercise is done and maybe people are beginning to wake up, I will listen to a podcast or any inspirations. One of the things that I struggled with previously was managing finances. I love listening to those, how to manage finances. And guess what? I am a free date person. So there is just a number of things that one can do in order to have a rebirth. And with these small little things, if consistently done, they cause a degree of happiness. While I have listed these, along the way, some of us will even inculcate other other activities that would work best for us. Please note, you don't need 1 hour for all these things, or you don't need one hour for each of the items. No, you could just choose to demarcate particular time. It could be 10 minutes for your workout. It can be 10 minutes for reading a book. Although my reading a book doesn't happen in the morning, it happens in the course of the day. Or however, I ensure that I edify myself by reading at least a page. It helps with edifying. It also helps with improving the English or maintaining the English, you know.
Yeah.
So, and before you know it, your day is running smoothly.
Yeah.
And before you know it, there is so much more you're able to achieve. Along the way, some things might be, or maybe depending on the kind of job one does, you could be added at certain tasks, but because you have already organized yourself, it could be easy to accommodate a certain task. So life becomes easier and lighter. Yes, so I think those are some of the things that I can share as a way of rebirthing myself, regaining my power. By power, I mean the happiness, or maybe the things. I have not listed so many things, but well, I am so playful. I'm super playful. And when I get the opportunity, I play dodgeball with the children.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Yes, so there are those things that I have missed when I was little, and I have managed to add into my days depending on how the day is going to run. Sometimes we have done hide and seek, funny. But those are things I have personally missed. But how do you inculcate all those? By starting your morning in a certain way, by doing your best to wake up before anyone else does. There is so much power in the morning. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Wow. Bless you, bless you, bless you, Mary. I am so blessed. I hear the philosophy of what grounds your life is very clear. It's very clear that it's set in emotional well-being, in mental well-being, in doing the work on yourself. You, in summary, said earlier that you're your own happiness maker. You mentioned that you don't live for yourself, but you're here for an assignment for others, hence you having to be well every day. And then you mentioned that the way you do your business, the way your cake will taste, the way your plants will flourish is a feeling of how you are emotionally on the inside. Thank you, Mary. I am so proud of your growth. I'm so proud of how far you've come. And I can't wait to see more that you're yet to build. For the closing remarks, like the really, really closing remarks, where do people find you, Mary, to test a bit of that cake that has a lot of mental wellness in it, to let you beautify their gardens from a place of being emotionally and mentally well? Tell my people, our listeners, where they will find you, Mary.
Thank you so much, Doctor. You can find me. You can use the phone to find me, and you can find me on 0700 136 044. Now that's my WhatsApp line. I can say that again. 0700.
You can yes, +256 Uganda.
56. Yes, Uganda. That's +256 700 136 044, or +256 782 060 680 for all occasional cakes, from wedding, cultural, birthdays, farewell, name it, whatever it is that one would like to have. And yes, those are the very contacts one can use to reach me in case they want to beautify their space, both interior and exterior. Exterior, this is more or less like the grain that we have been talking about, the balconies and then the landscaping. People, your mental health better be board in order for you to enjoy some of these things that are before you. And yes, if you want to catch me on Instagram, you can use Nankinga_Mary. Nankinga_Mary. It's all in lowercase. Thank you so much, Dr. Lillian, for the time you have given me to share with the rest of the community. I appreciate it so much, and I hope and believe that someone has been blessed out there and someone has copied a leaf, borrowed a leaf and all leaves to run away with. Thank you, Dr. Lillian.
No, the pleasure is all mine, Mary. Thank you so much for accepting to have this moment with us. Thank you for doing work with us at the Hope Ignites Healing podcast, at the Holistic Health Hub, mostly the Holistic Health Hub. Thank you so much for making the load lighter in this mission that we have of inspiring hope through health. Ladies, Mary is our executive assistant, so she's the voice that you will hear when I'm not there. So anytime that you would like to be reached, probably you hear that sweet voice reaching you. Thank you so much, Mary, for your vulnerability and wisdom today. I'm reminding you, my listeners, that your healing is the beginning right here, right now, and it begins with intentionality. For you to see your tomorrow in a better way, the rebirth has to happen today, and guess what? It is you to take the action. So is today your day that you take an action? Start already. And we've realized that your why will keep you going. Mary keeps going back to emotion and mental. My mind and my heart are important. Emotion and mental. Emotion and mental. You kept hearing it at almost every answer she gave until the end. What is your why, my listener? What is your why? Share it with us. Find us on anywhere you hear this podcast and share it with us. Someone will be able to support you on that journey. Get an accountability partner. Share it with them. Someone that you trust. Share with them, this is my why for which I want to live a healthy life. I'd like you to join us at the Hope Ignites Healing podcast. Be an ardent listener. Join us on any of our platforms, our communities where we are nurturing each other. Join us on any of these programs so that you can speak the language Mary and I are speaking. Until next time, it's always such a joy to have you. Your host, Dr. Lillian Kalisa, here to inspire hope through health and above all, to add the glow to medicine. You take care of yourself. I'll see you on the next podcast. Bye-bye.